This is On the Way podcast. Hi there, this is your On the Way podcast. This quarter, which runs through September, we study the book of Mark, the Gospel of Mark. The week's theme is Jerusalem controversies, and today's topic is a cursed tree and a cleansed temple. After spending the night in Bethany, Jesus returned to the city in the morning. There are two events recorded in Mark chapter 11, verse 12 to 26. We have already covered three sandwich stories in the Gospel of Mark, and the two events in today's topic make up the fourth sandwich story. Mark begins by telling how Jesus cursed the fruitless fig tree, moved on to the purification of the temple, drives out the money chargers, and returns to the fig tree that had completely dried up. These two episodes are so impressive. First, because there was a better time to harvest figs, but a fig tree with leaves in that season usually meant that there was some fruit, which we call early fruit, which is the fruit that ripens out of season. It seems like there was, but there wasn't. It is the authentic representation of hypocrisy. It is not enough to seem like it. You must first be. Many appear to be Christians, but they are not. They are like the fig tree without fruit. Christianity in appearance, but in essence, it is a life without Christ, and Christianity without Christ doesn't exist. Regarding the purification of the temple, we can infer that the house of God is for prayer and not commerce. Prayer here means a place of worship to God where everything must mean we are there to worship the Lord. Any deviation from this sole purpose, which is to glorify God, becomes a sacrilege. Just for reflection, okay? I want to ask a rhetorical question here. If Jesus came into our church today and saw us using our cell phones, watching videos, chatting on WhatsApp, or answering an X or something like that, what would he say? Well, I said it will be a rhetorical question, so there is no need to answer. It is just for thought. But I hope you think about this deeply. Sometimes I think there is not much difference between those money changers expelled and modern worshippers. Based on today's theme, I will conclude by saying that God expects our life to be a life of true communion, and that because of this real communion with Jesus, we have a productive spiritual experience. Jesus said in John chapter 15, verse 5 and 4 and 5, and what he said fit very well here. Abide in me and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself unless it abides in the vine, neither can you unless you abide in me. I am the vine, and you are the branch. He who abides in me and I in him bears much fruit. For without me you can do nothing. And now of kindness, always remember Jesus' words. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away. Behold, I come quickly. Well, friend, there is more tomorrow if God allows us. And Jesus said, you search the scriptures, for in them you think you have eternal life. This testify of me. John 5:39. I am Alexander Sales, and this is your On the Way podcast, which is daily with you by God's grace and mercy.
Thank you for listening to this daily message from On the Way Ministry. If you've enjoyed listening to this, please consider leaving a review and becoming a supporter of the On the Way podcast.